Hi. Hey, I went to a sweet little workshop for a couple hours called Zines and Bullet Journals on the 21st of September. And after I came home, this is what I did. Later that day, I met a lady at Artist and Craftsman Display, and I said, oh, I'll send you samples of colors and talk to her about color wheels. And she said, oh, I found that 4-leaf clover today, and I knew something good was going to happen. So here's about CMYK, which are the colors that can make all the colors, and my color wheel based on that. And this is about Bob Burridge's color wheel, as they call it, the Never Fail color wheel. It's made in 10 parts, and his overlay shows you the color, its complement, and a split triangle of the what he calls the spice colors. And then I had to look up how to spell complement. So here's my little lesson about complement. Complement with an I is saying, I want it, it's free. This is complimentary. Let's give you these complimentary cookies or this complimentary pen, or at the thing, I got a complimentary pen and a little book and stickers and a donut or two. So that's compliment with an I. It's also saying something nice to somebody. Oh, really like your dress. Compliment with an E is like completing. So MPLE meant. And it's a color that's opposite. So I think I've got that right. And then on the back, I did my color wheel with red at the top, teal at the bottom, and it goes around red, orange, yellow, green, and then the bluer tone of green, teal, blue, indigo, purple, violet, magenta, back to red. And then, because I made this out of watercolor paper, pretty thick, or maybe it was multimedia paper, it says, when you find a 4-leaf clover, part 1. Part 2 is if you take this whole thing and you flip it inside out, it's basically just folded into 8 pieces, and you fold it like this to make the book. Then what I like to do is run that across the side of a table. You get a nice firm extra edge. You can even do it with like typing paperweight. So I'll turn it inside out. And using the fold in the same place, I said, when you find a 4-leaf clover, part 2. And this time, I used that really cool pencil from Koh-i-noor that has some multicolored leads all at once. And this is my simple, handmade, quick note-taking color wheel. Then I wrote a note to the woman that I met there. She had told me that she was very grateful to her art teacher, who limited the paints that they could buy to a warm red, a cool red, a warm blue, a cool blue, a yellow, a black, and a white. And she's always been grateful for that. And I said I was grateful for what I learned about color from a Bob Burridge workshop and the notations that I made. So here's the notation. Takes 10 to 15 seconds to write. Draw a key shape at the top, line down, key shape at the bottom, line across, and then 2 dots in each corner. That's my basic one. But once I used that for long enough, then I could just make a plus sign. And I would put the color closer to the center if it was either a hue or if it was mixed. So it kind of would tone between colors. And then outside if it was something that was on a paler side. So this, I think, is saddle brown, and that's mid vermilion. Oh no, this one's baked earth. This is mid vermilion, and those are the two of the colors I use for human skin tones. The other ones I use are saddle brown, oak, bark. That's all I have on there. I also use grays for human hair and faces and other skin. Here we have a lady who is colored with mid vermilion, and then I have drawn her with that magic pencil, and there are samples here of the different versions. You can get it at Artisan Craftsman Supply. And it's colored in with Inktense pencils, and there's, I think, some information about using Inktense pencils. Oh, this is about making notes on your colors. And then the last part is how to treat your Inktense pencils. You never dip them in water, like, again, watercolor pencils. The color is really, really intense. So you don't color in a whole thing. You just kind of outline it or take the edge of your pencil and put some color there and then use water to move it around because the color load. And if you want, like sometimes with skin color, I really don't want that line. So I'll scribble some paper, some color on the paper, moisten that and use that, but you don't get the pencil wet. As it kind of turns like shellac on the outside, which is a word that I keep forgetting, it sets it so that it's water resistant, or not water resistant, but it won't move once you've moistened it. So this blue here, that was just one line that I smeared down with some water, a water brush. Her hair was just the outline around there. And I borrowed that to color a little shirt and to color a little word circle. And then her skin, I think that one was the saddle brown. No, don't bark, dogs. Anyway, that's my little book, part 2, part 1. It's very fun. It's very easy. Fold a piece of paper in half. Once this way, open it up, fold it in half. Once this way, fold the edges. I do it like that. And then when you flip it around, you get your little triangle thing, and you push it together. And I like to lay it down, put the first one down, second one, third one down, and the fourth one is always a little bit wonky. And so then you sort of work it until it fits the way I want to, and then rub this on the table. And that's my little color wheel thing that I'm going to send to a lady that I just met in the store on the fly. Thank you. Bye-bye. This is Seattle Book Lady, Gretchen Williams. Bye-bye.